Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about the San Chi Dao concept. The most basic idea in San Chi Dao is that we want to protect the whole body at all times with as many layers as safety as possible. And today we're going to look at those layers, and we're going to look at it in weapons training, punching and kicking, and when we do throwing and locking. Okay, let's now look at the knives, and let's have a look at how our fighting stance is the way it is. My fighting stance is with my hands close to my body, and they are connected in the beginning. And also I don't put forward a leg too much. I don't want him to have a target to go for, and the same with the arms. I don't want to put them forward because he can just cut my wrist. The way it works is one hand is guarding the other. If he's stepping to my stomach, I can just cut his hand. If I'm stopping, he can do the same. Just cut the hand. Step, I can just move away, cut his hands. But I want the other hand to protect my knife hand. And it also goes for punching and kicking, and also for grappling. We will get into that. But let's start with the knife. When they are connected, it is like a guard. So when he wants to cut my wrist, there is a guard, it can go no further. This is this hand. So this guarding hand is for when he tries to cut me. I can prevent it because this goes together. So the knife hand is protected by the other hand. If he doesn't have a knife, and I have the knife, maybe he wants to grab my wrist and punch me with that hand. Same thing when he wants to grab. Thank you. The grab is there, but it's not there because this hand is protecting. So it also works against not weapons, or if I don't have a weapon at all. Let's say we are here and we want to grab each other's wrist. Maybe he wants to grab my wrist or give me a knee or something. Something when he wants to grab my wrist. You want to grab my wrist? The other hand makes sure that he cannot grab my wrist. So it works both with weapons and without weapons. And if he wants to grab and punch, or if he wants to grab and do an arm lock, it's the same thing. If he grabs here, let's say he grabs and he wants to do the arm lock, like push my arm, something like this, he still needs that first grip. And that means when my hands are here, I can prevent it. There is no arm lock. If there's no grip, there's no arm lock. If there is no grip, he's not going to control me and punch me. So it works with weapons, without weapons, and in grappling scenarios. This is why I keep my arms in a cross, close to the body, not to expose them so he can grab it or cut my arms, and one hand protects the other. So the first safety line is just get out of the way. We don't want any collisions and we don't want to get hurt. Let's look at how does that look like. If I have a knife and I want to stab him, he just gets out of the way. Just get out of the way. Like this, or he can go this way, doesn't matter, as long as he's getting out of the way. The same if I'm punching and kicking. If I want to hit him, just get out of the way. Like this. If I want to kick him, get out of the way. And with grappling, let's say we are grappling. He has my arm, I have his arm, and I want to sweep his foot. Let's say I want to do a foot sweep. He can just raise his leg like this, get out of the way. Or if I try and throw him, he will just jump around to get out of the way. Just make sure you're not where the trouble is. And that is for weapons, punching and kicking, and grappling. Just get out of the way. So that's one safety line. That's our first safety line. Safety line number 2. You can block. You don't move, you just block. So that means if I hit him, he can just block. If I kick him, he can just raise his leg. Like this. Or if I try to throw him, he can just push. A little bit closer. He can just push forward, he's so like this. It's a block. Or if it's a knife, he can just block. So that's safety line number 2. Okay, so let's look at the counter-attack. So if he has his hand here, and I want to punch him, when I want to punch him, he can just push me, and I go back. Or if I want to kick him, he can still push me. And that prevents me from kicking. So that is one way of doing it. It's the same with the knife. Now, we do it like this, but in actually, it would be a finger jab to the eye. So if I want to stab him and he just pushes me, he can get away. So this is with the knife. You would do a finger jab to the eye so that I'm blind, I cannot see where he's running. If I don't have a knife, he can be nice and do it in the chest. He can be not so nice, do it to my nose, or he can be very much not so nice and do it to my throat. But the principle is the same. He's just doing a counter-attack, and that stops me. So that was with the knife, that was with the punching, and the same goes for grappling. If he holds my wrist, take the other one, and now he can do a wrist lock. So now when I want to punch him, he can just do a wrist lock, and I cannot so easily punch him. So now we have the first safety line, get out of the way. The second safety line, you can block. And the third, you can do some form of counter. And you can do it with weapons, with punching and kicking, and when you do your locks. So when the technique is done perfectly, of course there is no problems. But if the technique is not done perfectly, you might be in trouble. Let's look at the grappling. If he has my hand and he wants to do the wrist lock. Now, when I want to punch him, he wants to do the wrist lock. And as long as the technique is perfect, no problem. But what if he doesn't get it? Now, let's look at the technique if he is not perfectly with the wrist lock. He wants to do the wrist lock when he sees me punches. So I want to punch him, and he wants to do the wrist lock. Please do the wrist lock. But he doesn't get it, and now he gets hit. If he doesn't get the wrist lock, he gets hit. Or, once again, maybe I kick him. So, there is a little bit lack of control. But if he uses all 3 safety lines, it's much safer for him. The same wrist lock, grab again. Now you see this hand. If he grabs this hand, grab with this hand, and put it in here, now he can do the wrist lock. And I cannot punch more. And if he doesn't get the wrist lock, and I start to punch him, he can actually defend. Whereas if the grab is here, and he wants to get the wrist lock, if he doesn't get it, I can hit him. But if he takes this hand and this hand, put them together, do the wrist lock, he might get the wrist lock perfect, but if he doesn't, if I'm resisting and he doesn't get the wrist lock, he's not hurt because he can still follow. If I want to kick him, he can raise his leg to defend, and he can feel that when I shift my weight. If I'm here, the kick is going to be with this leg because the weight is here. That means if he feels the resistance and he feels I'm shifting my weight, he knows the kick is coming with this leg. If I put my weight back, he knows the kick is going to come with this leg. So in that way, he can control me. Okay, let's look at how San Chi Dao uses all 3 safety lines to make it more safe for us. If he wants to punch me, I get away from his punch. I also block just in case I don't move enough, and I do a counter. Instead of pulling the arm back, I grab it. Now when he wants to punch me, it's already there. It's like punching in water. When he punches with the next, with the next, with the next, it's like he's just punching the water. Instead of, we are standing here, both kickboxing, you want to punch me, I want to punch you, please punch me. I punch him, he punches me. We are just punching each other. In our view, that's not control. Of course, when we are standing, I can move and I can punch. But that's 2 safety lines. That's already a little bit better. But I still have to see his movement. And I really want to skip that. Because when his arms are up, as soon as I just grab them. I don't have to see him punch. I can do this with my closed eyes. Please punch me. My eyes are closed. That's no problem. I can avoid all his punches. And he's just going to punch, punch, punch. Of course, at some point, he's going to think, hey, I can just kick you because I don't want to just punch your arms. But we also have that covered. When his arms are up, I grab his arms and I step on his foot. How is he going to punch? With the back leg, yes, that's true, but I just push him. So I just push him a little bit. You cannot kick with the back leg, you cannot kick with the front leg, and you cannot punch me. So this is how we do it. I just want to get control so that he cannot hurt me as I'm doing my technique. So let's look at how do I punch him from safety. Instead of him punching me, let's say, yeah, please punch. And I also punch him. Or one more time, you punch me, I just kick him. We just exchange. How can I punch him so that he cannot punch or kick me? If he has his arms up, I just grab his arm, bend them. Now I can punch him, he cannot punch me. Of course, he can get his arms free, but we call that combinations, and I'm also ready for that. Please put your arms up. If I go like this and I want to punch him, he wants to get that hand free. Please punch me with that hand. Yes, I still have the other hand where I can grab him. So, but in the beginning, just the basics, just cross his arms. Now I can punch him, he cannot punch me. And also I put a little bit weight on his front leg so he cannot kick me so easily. His arms are up. When I cross his arms, you see, there's a little bit weight so he cannot kick with that leg. And I also step to the side to get to safety. So this is how we, and of course the same for the knife. It's the same principle. I cross his hands, but there is a small change with the knife. If he stabs me and I get over, let's say you want to block this one. Please block this one. And I want to cross his arms. If I do it like I did with the empty-handed and I try to punch him, he can actually cut my arm. So the trapping becomes, because there's an extra extension here, the trapping becomes a little bit different. It's still the same, please give me your hand. But I go, instead of doing it here, where he can cut me, I just go a little bit further down. Please stay there, please stay there. So that he cannot cut me and I can hit him on this side. Of course he can pull it out and try to stab me again, but it takes time. I just need to close it, stab, yeah, he comes out, I just grab it again. I don't pull my arm back, I keep going forward and I keep taking the control with his arms. Okay, so let's look at how can we protect ourselves when we do grappling. So if his arms are up, and I have, please step forward with the other leg. So I have closed the distance. I'm stepping on his foot, I have the control, and I want to do some kind of locking. He already showed, okay, I can do this kind of wrist lock. If I do it like this, I am open. Another common takedown is this kind of, it works very well, but there's a problem. The same lock can be done, please give me your hand. It's the same lock, but now I have his arm. And yes, he can, so he can give a knee, but I pull, so he cannot give a knee. It's the same lock. It's just done. This is without, maybe I can get it. Yes, of course, he's a little bit skinny, but let's see. Okay, so let's look if he wants to do it to me. He has this grip, over, under, and now he wants to like put me down. And yes, maybe he wants to give me even an elbow to the face so that boing, and now he can put me down. But the problem is, if I stretch this arm a little bit, please give me an elbow. It's too short. And please go for the, I can also lock him, you can see. There comes a lock because he has his own grip, so he is also locked. And it takes time to get into the lock. There, grab, I can just punch him. All the time he's using to get into the lock, I can punch him. But if the lock is done in this way, please keep your hands up. If I do it like this, please punch me. It's not possible. And I do a small circle, give me a knee with the back leg. Not possible. I just push him a little bit, put him down, lock him. So this is, maybe I don't get the lock, but at least he's not getting me either. So this is the point. I don't want to take chances. Let's look at another grappling technique. Let's say he wants to kick me. And I grab his leg. Every time he's kicking and he has no control, I can grab his leg and I will put you down. I can just put him down. Please come back up. So every time we are kicking, we want to make sure that he cannot grab my leg. And this is why I have the control when I kick. Just keep it here. Please grab my leg. Because I'm holding his hand so he cannot grab my leg. So every time I kick, I want to control his hands so that he cannot grab my leg. If we are just fooling around like kickboxing, there, please kick a little bit higher. Thank you very much, and down he goes. There's a chance you will get grabbed and pulled down. But the way we do it, put your arms up. If you want to hit me, please hit me. Please hit. Okay, you can see the kick. He wants to kick me there. I just pull. I can control his kick with my pull and my step to avoid him to kick me. If I want to kick him, when I have my hands here, I just open him up a little bit and I can kick him. Kick him. But look, I move, please freeze. I move this hand and I move this. Now I can kick him and he cannot grab my leg because I'm controlling his hands. And if he tries, I can feel it in my hand and I just don't kick. So this is the way we control his hands and his legs. This is what we mean. We want to control all three heights. That means we want to control 2 hands and 1 leg. That's 3. And maybe you're thinking, hey, he has 2 legs. Yeah, but he can only kick with 1 at a time. So that means 2 hands and 1 leg. Now his weight is back. The kick is fastest with this leg. Yeah, but if he puts the weight on this leg, then this is gonna come. So it means 3. And when I have this control, please tense a little bit, tense up a little bit. So when most people tense up when they fight, I can feel his leg. Please kick. I just push him a little bit. Please kick. I just push him a little. Or pull, doesn't matter. Push or pull. You're out of balance, you cannot kick. And also I can use my footwork to avoid it. So if you want to kick, I move and pull. If you want to kick with the other, I move and push so that I get away at the same time as I'm pushing and pulling. So he's fighting for his balance, at the same time he's trying to kick you. So it's a lot easier than if he kicks, please kick, and I go like this, it can hurt my shin. It really hurts if you're not trained. If you're trained and he kicks, yeah, it hurts him, yes, for sure. But this is much softer. Get out of the way, push and pull him, it's a lot softer. And again, I'm not telling you what you should do, I'm just explaining how we are doing it. All our techniques are divided in bad guy techniques and San Chi Dao techniques. So the San Chi Dao techniques, I have to protect myself when I do it. So when he's in a fighting stance, if I just punch him, please freeze. That's not a San Chi Dao technique because I'm not covered. To be a San Chi Dao technique, please stand. I have to close his hand and punch him for it to be. If I want to kick him, he stand, I have to remove his hands a little bit, and now I can kick him for it to be a San Chi Dao technique. I want to close the gaps where he can grab me or do counters. The same with the takedowns. Please kick with the back leg. Yes, I can grab it, and if I do it fast, maybe I get him, but he also have a chance to punch me. And maybe I get it, maybe I don't get it. So how can I make this into a San Chi Dao technique? A single leg grab. Please put your hands up. If I push him here, now please kick me. I grab it, now it's a single leg, and I have this arm to protect from this. It's a single leg, I'm protected, and I can sweep him and take him down. So it's a little bit different. It's not like this, but it's still a single leg takedown. Here, and I grab it, and this hand I push towards that one because that's the dangerous one. When he's standing here, I push this hand towards that one because that's the one I want to stop. This one I already stop because I have the grip. Please come forward with your leg. So this one I want to stop that hand, and I move away from that kick. I don't want that kick between my legs. Please kick. I don't want that. Kick again. I want to move away. This I want to protect from this, and now I can grab him and sweep him. So that would be an example of how a San Chi Dao single leg would look like. If we look at a hip throw, let's say I wanted to do a hip throw. This backhand is free. Please do something with your backhand. He can punch me, or he can grab me here, and now it's hard. The same hip throw, please stand. I can grab his arm, grab that arm, I block his kicking, I move my head in so that he cannot headbutt me, and now, if I move it from the other side, please get forward with the other leg. You can see I put this one behind his back, and I headbutt him. The other leg again. Here, here, and headbutt. And now I can move in for the takedown. That way I'm protecting as I'm moving in. If I just grab him, please stand up. If I just grab him like this, and I want to do a headbutt, he can just put a thumb in my eye, or whatever he wants. I need control, and he has two arms. If you grab me around my wrist, I have this one to go into his eyes, I have this one. Even though he put his hand, try to hide, I can still find his eyes, it's no problem. And when I start to pull, that's not going to be nice. So this is a way we can do it. And of course, this is just the basics. Of course he can get free, but I follow that movement. If I want to get this hand to his back, maybe he say, okay, I don't want this hand. Let's move a little bit. Maybe he say, okay, I don't want this hand to go to my back. So we just take a step back, make sure I don't get this to the back. Oh, I don't have it to the back, I don't care. I just take the next one, and take him down with the next takedown, because he's stepping free. That means he's pulling. When he's pulling, I'm pushing. And when he steps, I just find the bad angle all the time until he falls. And it doesn't matter how big he is. He can do it to me too. You see, if he pushes me here into my foot, please push. No problem. Push, 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 push. Now, look, if he stands here, and he, with one finger, just push, because it's the wrong angle. And I just do the same in the throw. Always find the bad angle. And yes, he can take a step, yes, but I know when he takes the steps, there's just a new bad angle. So I just follow that until he's on the floor. Okay, the last thing we're going to talk about is ground fighting. And the same rules applies. We have to protect ourselves when we are doing our locks and our punch and our kicks. And this is actually one of the hardest techniques for me to say goodbye to, because my first martial arts was Jiu-Jitsu, and I would put everybody in the straight arm lock. I was so happy about it. But when I founded San Chi Dao, it didn't obey by the concept of San Chi Dao that we have to protect ourselves. The straight arm lock is just a. I'm pretty sure most people who has done a little bit of martial arts know this arm locks. The problem is, for us as San Chi Dao people, he can hold on. At the second this leg gets over, he can bite my leg. That's not funny. And of course, I can punch him, but he also can just block my punch and still keep me from getting this arm. And of course you could say, yeah, but I'm just tough. I will just rip it out, and the more he bites, the more I break his arms. But that's just, he's biting, I'm breaking, and he can bite me a long time before I can break his arm. And I don't want that. I can do exactly the same arm lock. If I put this leg on this side, under his head, put this foot on his side, and I can do the same. He cannot bite me. Can you punch me? Yeah, a little bit on my thigh. Okay, but not where it matters. And I can break his arm, and he cannot bite me.
Careful with my elbow.
Yeah, sorry. So that's the idea. We want to do the techniques in a way that are safe. If I want to hold him down and I grab his head like a judo, like this, he can punch me. Yeah, I can hit my head, but he can punch me in the back of the neck. The same hold down I can do with just pushing this arm over and grabbing here. Also with this one, he can just bite my chest. Ah! Please let go. Yes, I can try and put a little bit here, but he has this arm. He can just, please grab here. Now I cannot get his eyes, and he can bite me, and now he's also free. So that's terrible. But the same I can do with this arm. Now he has to chew through his own arm before he gets, can you punch me? Yeah, can you kick me? Yeah, please kick all the hard you can. Not that easy, because it is with this part of the knee. So I can hold him. A little detail here. When I want to take this arm over here, I don't let go of this one. I don't go here to bring it here. When I go down, I go for this arm also. And then I put this arm into this hand, making it impossible for him to hit me. If I'm here, I grab this one, please hit me. Now I can block, but maybe it's too late. So as I go down, I go for this arm first, then bring this one. Go under, grab. And also with this one, it's the same. If I'm always training, I want to go to this position. Every time he makes a crossface, he can put a thumb into my eyes. So every time you do grappling on the ground, every time you can do a crossface, you can put a thumb into the eye. Maybe the crossface won't get him away, but the thumb in the eye, pretty sure. And I don't want that. I don't want to eat a thumb in my eye to just break his arm. I want to control him. I want to be safe. So, in San Chi Dao, make sure you do this in all your techniques. Whether you are doing with weapons, with punching and kicking, grappling, on the ground, standing up, make sure that you can do your technique. Freeze the technique before, during, and after. Make sure, can he hit you? Can he bite you? Can he call your names? Yeah, okay, maybe he can call your names. But we want to make covered. Of course you can still get hit. Yeah, that's when you fight, there's a risk you can get hit. But we want to make it as safe as possible. Thank you for staying to the end. And of course, when you train with a partner who is a little bit skinny, it doesn't look as dangerous as when you have somebody 2 meters. But when you train, make sure that even though you are training with people who are smaller than yourself, I always move as if they are stronger. So it doesn't matter if I'm training with a little girl or a big guy, I always try to move as if they are stronger than me. So if they try to move me somewhere, I go with the force, and it doesn't matter if I can resist or not. I don't want to go force against force. Even though they are smaller or less stronger than me, when they push, I want to use their force against them. And actually, it's quite difficult with people who are less stronger than you, because you really have to be technical. So, but thank you for staying to the end. If you want to know more about San Chi Dao, go to our website or look at some of our other videos. Maybe you can see some details in our other videos now that the concept has been explained. Until next time, all the best to all of you. And thank you to Sebastian.